In this age, we know that data is not stored simply in just one table. Each application will require innumerable tables to store a particular data. For example, a college's database will have an n number of tables like student data, teacher data, courses data, grade-based data, attendance data, holidays data, sports data, etc. All these tables need to form a relationship in order to work as one giant database. Keeping the same example, let's say the football coach in a college needs to send out a circular to the classroom teachers of all the students who are going to miss lectures due to a scheduled match. The coach knows all the students' names, but he has no idea about whom to send the circular. For this, he or she will have to access the database to find the grade in which each of his students study. From there, depending upon each grade, there'd be a classroom teacher allotted. And finally, with those teachers' names, a separate table would have the contact details of those teachers. Phew. That's already 3 tables involved. Keys is what helps in maintaining an invisible relationship amongst all the required tables. It is nothing but a particular column, or a group of columns, of a table that can individually identify a record. When the coach gets the teacher's name in the grades table but wants to access their contact details, which is available in another table, the name of the teacher becomes a key identifier between those 2 tables. In other words, keys are common attributes which are spread across various tables. Interesting? Let's look more into its various types. There are many ways in which different academicians would counter this topic. Some would give you a long list of various types and others would just keep it short and simple. We fall in the latter part, as it is important to start small and later on it'd be just a matter of time when you encounter newer types of keys. With this understanding, let's begin. Note, we will keep using our coach example only to elaborate on these types. The most important of all types is the primary key, park. In the students table, what do you think would be the attribute that can identify each record individually? Did you guess student_name? Well, not close enough, but almost there. The reason being, there can be a common name shared by many students. Say, John. In my class we had 3 Johns. A simpler approach would be to designate the student_ID for this job. This ID serves as a number given to each student and mostly is numeric in nature. So all the 3 Johns would have different student IDs. Also, can you imagine a student not being given a student ID? Not quite possible, right? So, the park has the following properties. There can be only one such column designated as park. It should be unique in its value. It cannot be left empty or null, nothing. Let's move on to the next closely associated key with the park, i.e. foreign key, FK. Let's expand the idea of the students table along with the sports table. There are multiple sports that happen in the college and details of each is stored in a separate table. This table would consist of columns like sport_ID, sport_name, coach_name, timings, and so on. Sport_ID would be the park of this table. Each student can participate in any one sport or none as well. Therefore, the student table would look like student_ID, student_name, grade, sport_ID, and so on. Student_ID would be the park of this table. Now focus on sport_ID in both tables. Many numbers of students would enroll in one particular sport. A possible view of both the tables would look like as shown in the image above. So sport_ID becomes park in its own table, i.e. sports, but at the same time it becomes an foreign key, FK, in the students table. Because of this relation, we can enforce a lot of data validation, like a student cannot enroll in a sport which is not already mentioned in the sports table. In the current situation, all sport_ID in students table can have a value from 1 to 3 only. If a sport is taken out of the curriculum and is deleted from the sports table but still a student is shown to be enrolled in it, then such an activity is disallowed. Unique key is almost like a primary key, but with the exception of allowing null, empty, values. Also, a table can have multiple columns designated as unique keys. A student underscore ID coupled with the last name of the student can be declared as unique. This key helps more in the data entry process where an erroneous entry is identified while filling in data in the table itself. They are used for the following purposes. Creates a link between two tables. Has unique nature. Ensures consistency and validity of data in a table. Easy data retrieval. So you think you know keys by now? Let's evaluate.